Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to Bucket's Garage. Another Sunday, 11 o'clock. I don't know when you're watching it, but it is 11 o'clock Sunday. Anyway, how you doing? This is the marketplace buy I bought. It didn't come out right. Anyway, this is that ct70, one of them, and we're just gonna see if it farts. You can tell it's pretty rough. Pretty roughy toughy here. It's gonna need some work. So let's get this thing raised up here. Matter of fact, guys, camera girl is here to help today. Out of her busy schedule.
You're welcome.
After her making wings and we watched TV and got more fatter and fatted. We had some ice cream. Yeah, buddy. You see the look on her face. She's about ready to slap it. So, Timber, I think I'm falling in love. We'll go up a little bit higher. You know what? I need light on this side. Don't be looking at my mess. I haven't wired a switch up yet. Been doing major cleaning. That still isn't right. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Ooh, sorry.
Look at this thing caught on fire. Not at this bike, but that's all burnt. No exhaust, no carburetor, no throat. Look how rusty this is. You can tell this has been put together in a long time. That is super, super rusty. Look at that. Wow. Pretty rough. I don't know what's inside. Oh, look at this, guys. Ooh, there's a chip out of here. Hopefully, that's not going to affect. I think if I put the, you know, I got another cover, whole cover here. Let's see. Yes. I sent some parts out to a friend of mine. This was on, okay. We're going to be lucky on that one. It goes past, if I push it tight, the seal will be on there. So, we're good on that. This is a 1970 Honda ct70. And, hose are dry rotted, hard as a rock. Sprocket is in really good shape. I can't tell what the miles are. This is all chipped up here. So someone's had that apart. They didn't use the 17 millimeter like you're supposed to. The spark plug hole. Let's see if that's any good. Looks good. It's got a little bit of surface rust, and we'll clean that out. Camera girl's about ready to fall. So the threads look good. This is a good sign here when the threads on here are nice. They're not stripped. Now, if you guys know that this here is an auxiliary brake cable for the rear brakes, which that cable's missing. Tons of stuff's missing on this bike. Let's see if it's got oil in it. Well, it's black. Black as night. Let's, you always check your oil, like, upright, and you don't screw it in. That's how you check your oil. Looks like maybe a drip on there, but I bet you that's probably just from, I don't have a shop rag with me right at the moment. Empty. That's okay, because we're going to do a little bit of a cleanup here. All right, the first thing I want to do is got to get the magneto, find a carb magneto, and clean up them threads. This is going to be interesting here, guys. Let's have some fun. You know, I don't even know if this motor even turns over yet. But first thing I'm going to start with is Let me clean these treads. These treads are pretty bad. So on this surface here, so yeah, all right. I'm gonna find a nut for it, all kinds of stuff. I got all that stuff. I just gotta go get it. At least this ain't. That timing chain is pretty slappy loose. Look at that. Can you zoom in on that camera, girl? Matter of fact, wait a minute. Let's get some better light. My harbor trait there. Oh yeah, look at that. Now see, that's what happens, guys. When that chain is that loose, your oil pump just spins. But that chain is super loose. And if you guys have seen my videos before, you've seen how I actually fixed this. Instead of buying a new chain and everything, if you just want to temporarily fix that, you want to grind that little spot there. But if you look on the other Trail 70 videos, you'll see that. It's not too bad. I think it's just actually... That one's frozen. Yep, that's going to have to come off because that's frozen.
It's like you're at the dentist.
Yeah, picking your teeth, right? Okay, well, I'm going to take this off here, guys, because that is frozen. 17. Take this off here. Look at that. That's frozen. Not super bad, but I don't know if it's either frozen from rust or is it frozen from gook. It is frozen from gook. Okay, so I'm just going to bring it over here. I got to move the tiny tiger. Got Terrell fixed for camera girl. Uses a charger phone with. I'm going to have to pull up my sleeves on this one. I want to get I shouldn't be wearing my Honda shirt. I need to find a sweatshirt that says Alice Chains. This is called mineral spirits. Oh, there's a piston in there. I wonder where that went. Okay, look at there, spinning nice and straight ahead. Just cookie. Now, what I did is I got some of my mineral spirits, and I'm going to clean the inside of this area here because that cover's been off, and who knows what's got in there. I got to change this oil anyway. It ain't going to hurt it. Get all this grime and dirt out of here. Of course, you know, you're still putting bits of sand in there and you know, that stuff. The engine really should be taken all apart and rebuilt, but I want to see if it actually runs. Oh, look at that. It's cleaning up pretty good. Then I'm going to get the air. I'm going to blow this out pretty good here, so I'm not going to show you that because it'll get all over camera girl. She won't be happy, and it'll be blowing around everywhere in the air. I'm going to put a rag over it anyway. Well, I might as well clean the outside a little bit here. Hey, look at there, it's cleaning up pretty good. Yeah, looking good. Yeah, right. Trying to make camera girl laugh over here. Maybe you guys might be laughing too. I don't know. They're laughing at me. Oh, that guy's goofy. He's a hack. He's a hillbilly hack. Yeah, well, sometimes that makes the best mechanics. All right. So I'm going to get a rag, guys. I'm going to blow all this off. I'm going to blow this out. I'm going to put a little cap on my hair so my hair stays all nice and fresh. I'll be back. On up to the parts attic. I can't show you this. I got about a flywheel. Maggie. Stator. Cleaned it up. If you want, come here, camera girl. You see how this has got silicone on it? That's where the screws are. You might want to hit those with silicone. Boom, boom, boom. To seal those screw holes up. Just so you know. And I cleaned up the points already on this. This was my stock of stuff. This was pretty dry rotted. It's brittle. So you can actually, if you take, I'll do this in another video. Take these wires out. They'll come out real easy. In fact, real fast. I'll show you. I'll take one out. You just pull that pin back right there. You're like, yeah, buckets? Huh? Yeah. Real easy, huh? Push that back. Comes out just like that. Now, if you mark them all, you can slide a new cover over it. Shrink tube or piece of plastic, whatever. Push that little tab back out again. See that tab right there? And it goes in the little slotted area. Like that. And it's back together. That's if you want to put a new thing on there. So yeah, I got this keyway. The screws, Phillips, they're concaved. I found myself a nut. Of course, the magneto flywheel. And also, you're gonna need, when you put it back together, you're going to need O-rings. There's 2 O-rings that go on the inside here. One here, one up here. And I'll show you that when I put this cover back on. That seals it from oil leaking out. But first thing, I know I've showed you this in other videos. So come over to this side, where this is here. And we'll grab a pen. Since it's already maxed out, I'm going to mark it right here where it's on the body, where that's hitting. So I'm going to show you right there. So right there, I'll show you what I'm going to do. So what I do, guys, I can just come to the grinder. I put a little groove in there, just like that. And that will be for, put this fastener back on. And if you look up in there, right there, I cut that little groove out so it has room to go up a little further. And that makes that chain nice and snug. Now, you remember at the beginning of this video, guys, how loose that was? Look at that. It's nice and snug now. Just that little bit. All right, I got myself the metric O-ring kit. Of course, if you got a gasket set for this thing, you're automatically going to have it. I don't know which size it is offhand. but I think it's this one here. I'm going to put my O-ring like that. Whoop. Yep, that's it. Now, little trick to get those to stay in there. Just a little dab of silicone. Just a very little dabby. A little bit there. Another dry booger. A little dab there. A little dab here. All right. Now, as I was telling you guys, since I got the silicone out, I wanted it to dry overnight maybe. Just dab it over the hills of snow. That didn't make any sense, did it? But it rhymed. Just like that. Now, putting the O-rings back on. Probably should do these one at a time here. Let's go. Because I got big fingers. One there. Take this one, put it up here. Save that. Okay. Also, guys, probably better than using silicone, you could use grease. You know, that way you're not using any sticky stuff that's going to dry. Grease will work just fine to hold those O-rings on. I'm not going to go crazy on that. All right, since that's ready, this is done, that's done. We're going to go ahead and put this on. Kind of eyeball it there. Make sure you got that rubber right. Just give it a little tap here and there. Probably shouldn't be using a screwdriver, probably a little more flatter surface thingamajigger. All right. Then, put your Phillips in there. Now, I have the special JIS impact for this job. We don't lose it. All right. Let me get that one started. This one here started. They don't leak. I did clean the points on here before I put this on, guys. And I also cleaned the whole thing, of course. So, now, keyway. Hopefully it goes in there nice and snug. You don't want to forget your keyway. It won't run. Now we're going to put the nut on. 17 millimeter. Come on, is this thing dead? Yeah. All right. Now, I feel it turning over, but it stops near the top. So I wonder if the timing's off. So it might have jumped time being so loose. So I'm going to take this cover off here. Check our timing. Hopefully someone can kick it hard enough to bend the valve. Right there is, yep, timing's off. Top dead center's way over here. All right, now I marked it on here because it's hard to see in the camera. That's the T mark, that's the F mark. That's for setting your points, that is your timing. And the little circle is way up here for your timing. So it is off on at least 2 teeth. Yeah, maybe 1 tooth. So, I'm not sure if that's the problem. I may have to pull the head off. So, I'm gonna pull that off. It's a 9mm, guys. Now, if I can find my 9mm, I don't think I have one here. All right. Problems in paradise sometimes. Let me reset that once. One back into T mark. Line up these holes again. Yeah, it should be right on. Well, it's going to be a little off because the timing chain is stretched. So where's that mark? Right here. So basically right there. And here's the other mark right there. So it's right on. Right on center where it's supposed to be. But I'm not going to tighten that up quite yet because it's hitting. So we got a problem in the head here. So real quick, let's do this. Could be rust on top of the cylinder. Could be a bent valve. And I'm thinking it's either a stuck valve or a bent valve. So before, it's going all the way around, guys. See that? We're going to take this off any way I can because this is stripped. I'm going to replace it anyway. It's junk. See if the 17 will actually work. And nope. So, since I am replacing that, but sometimes if you pound it, it might loosen it up. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to toss that out because it is garbage. That one seems to be good. Well, we're going to rehook that all back up and see what it does. How about the bottom? Look at there. Bottom came off fine. That's stripped too. I'll replace it. I think it's the exhaust valve. It's either sticking. You have to look. Or it's bent. One of the two. So let's go back to top dead center. Want to check it all out, guys, before you actually pull the head off. Check your options first. Yep, it's hitting the top of that valve, so. All right, the next option is taking the head off. We'll see what's going on inside there. Pull these back off. And guys, I just put an exhaust on there too. Thinking maybe, perhaps, if I got lucky. So that should be okay like that, loose. Sometimes you can get lucky and get this off here when this cover's off. I need a little extension. Okay, and there's also got a Phillips that you can use. Take that off. So now we got to take the exhaust off again. Guys, yes, I'm not going to use my impact on this because the fender's on. You can use it if you got the fender off. But it doesn't look like anyone's ever had the head off. The bolts don't look stripped. Now, even though it doesn't really matter, but I'm doing it in an X pattern. The same way as when you do tighten these heads up, they go in an X pattern. Take them off the same way. Just a habit to do it that way. Now remember what side your flat fastener is on. And these are also special washers for the head, so you want to hang on to those. Don't lose those.
What's the deal about the flat one?
What's that?
What's the big deal about the flat one?
Flat ones have like a copper coating on them, so they don't leak, and they're a little thicker than normal. Oh, that one's stuck. I'll get it out. All right. Turn a little bit more. Ew. Yep, it's stuck. And take this head gasket off so one don't hurt it. That piston's tight in there. It's not loose. Might be good rings. You know, if you want, guys, might be a good idea to pull the head off real quick if you want to. Check your rings, make sure they're not stuck. It looks like this had a lot of oil, so I'm not going to bother with this one. But let me come around that side. Oh, look at there. There's something caught in it. Let me wash this. I think there's something caught right there. Looks like a washer or something stuck right there. So we're going to go ahead and clean this and then let's check it out. Well, guys, look at there. Looks like a washer's caught up in there. Something's caught up right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, I put in the vise. And I want to go super crazy tight here. Grab my... Ha! You know what this is? And I've seen this happen before.
What is it, Buckets?
This is the flap off the choke on the Trail 70. That's what that is.
How on earth did it get in there?
It got sucked in from the carburetor. Probably choke was on, broke off, bounced around in there, and came out the exhaust side.
I'll be darned.
Give you a quick example. Now this is a ct70 carburetor, but it's the same concept as the Trail 70. I'm only doing this one because I already have it apart. The inside of your flap looks just like this on the ct70. But see what's missing out of this? Let me take this out. There's a little door that flips open on here. See how the spring? It holds it shut. So when it's choked, it does the little flap will open up and let more air in. And there's two little pieces of metal. You see it broke off on this one? Right here. That piece of metal right there. And that piece of metal over here in between the spring was part of this. And it had broken off and got sucked into the motor, into the valve, bounced around in there, and he then caught up in the exhaust valve. It didn't make it all the way out. So that's how that happened.
Mm-hmm.
You want to leave it open about right there. Now that piece would have fell right out. Actually, don't look too bad. Looks a little rusty. Just a little bit of garbage in there, like crusty dirt. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna take it off. No sense of hillbillying around, but that's what that part was. We're just gonna pull that valve. We're just gonna require. I might as well show you. So today's video is just going to be on showing you what was wrong with this motor. Maybe next week we'll put it back together and see if we'll get it running. So the last thing I want to show you is how to get that valve out. Dude, the one who told me about these, again, thank you so much, dude. I mean, seriously, I love it. I use them like all the time now. Thanks. I can't believe all these years I worked on these. Never knew it. This is my last time I'm going to riff and rave about that, okay? But again, thank you so much, because... Look at that. Even one of them stuck. Look at that. It doesn't even tear them up. Things you learn. Thank you to the fans. Fans are awesome. All right, now we're going to take this side cover off. Let's see if I can get it without ripping that gasket all the way off. That'd be great, but you know that's not going to happen. Nope. No, partially. What is that in there? Okay, I've never seen that before. That actually has an O-ring in there. Is that actually supposed to be there? Possibly. So I learn something new every day, unless someone put that in there, but I'm guessing that's supposed to be in there. All right. All right. That one's stuck on there. Good.
Ew.
All right. Now that I got that off, Now we're back to this. Now you wonder how you get those out? Pretty simple. But screws in, these pull right out. There's threaded. Since we're going to do it, I'm going to do both valves. Take this out. Like that. Now you might want to mark it, just in case, knowing that that is the exhaust. It's actually marked number 28. I don't know if that matters. But I'm going to mark that one as an exhaust on that side. This one here, held up by the gasket. I'm just going to leave that together. This one also has a 16. There's got to be stamping numbers. I don't think it really matters because I bet you every one of them's different. But this is the exhaust. Intake. So exhaust, intake. Exhaust, intake. That way, if I go back, I can look at my video. Haha. All right, now this should come right out. Of course, you got to do it the right way. Yeah, it definitely needed an oil change. It's got some grooves in that cam. Probably should be replaced. Never seen it grooved up pretty bad like that. I'll have to see if I got another clean one. Because that's grooved up pretty good. Oh yeah. They never changed the oil on this motor. Too bad. Alright. Now, with this handy tool, I think I showed this in other videos. I got this from a Troubleshooting website. Right here. This is the website right there that I bought this from. If you need one of these, go there. They'll set you right up. Even Trail Buddies, I think, also had these. You see them in Mid-Ohio. Alrighty now. What you want to do, just going to put it down here. These are also interchangeable. But you want your right size to push in on top of your spring. I might need a little light so camera girl can see in there. All you do is push in just far enough to get to those keepers. And so you're going to need either a magnet screwdriver. I use my broken one. There's one. There's two. And then you can just back it off. Get it out of the way. You'll have two springs on the inside, or two springs. One's inside the other. In this spring topper. Then you just simply remove the valve like so. Yep, she needs some cleaning. Oh yeah, she's pretty filthy. I'm glad I took it apart. So we're going to clean this seat. I'm going to do the same with the intake. All right, guys. Well, that's it for today. Pretty much kind of like we're going with this bike. Part 2 will come out next week. We'll make this video the one for removing the valve out of a head for ct70. That needed a little more work than I expected, but we got that part on. And we're going to clean up, I'm going to go ahead and just clean up the valves and everything on here. We'll put it back together same way it came apart. Leave it in the comments if you do want to see me put this back together or not. Just let me know. Otherwise, we're going to get back into putting this back together and see if this thing will run next week. Hey, thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Say goodbye, camera girl.
Bye.
All right, you guys. You have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next Sunday. Have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your week. Oh, and Happy New Year. Are you upside down?
What?
Putting this back together and see. All right, guys. You guys are great. All right, guys. You guys have a. All right. All right. Well, anyway, guys. I can't talk today. Anyway, guys. Hey, thanks for watching. Hey, guys. How you doing?
Nope. Bye-bye. What are you doing, Buckets?
I want you to see it.